Hi students, this is our daily review and it's going to be really super quick because you guys did an awesome activity today. It brought in everything that we learned about this week and put it into one activity. So just to go over those, we did go over nouns, we did go over complete sentences using your capital letters, using your periods. We went over our a, k, t, and s sounds. So the A, M, C, T, S letters. We went over those. We also went over our 3D solid shapes, and those were our cube, our sphere, our cylinder, our pyramid, our cone, and our rectangular prism. And we went over a lot of things dealing with our class this week for social studies. So we went over rules this week. We went over our class dojo competition. What else? Internet safety. So we did a lot this week, and I'm really proud of you guys for hanging in there and getting all this work done virtually. I know it's not easy, so I'm very proud of you for sticking with it and getting it done. We got to keep on going and push through until next week, or push through next week and the next week, and hopefully we'll start getting a little bit of in-person action. But let's go ahead and start our book. So I took the front cover off because it's easier to read that way. But this is the front cover, and it's called Not Quite Narwhal by Jessie Sima or Sima. I'm not exactly sure. But she is a wonderful, imaginative author, and I think you'll really like this book. It's about a narwhal named Kelp. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different taste in food. And he wasn't a very good swimmer. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. I wish I were a better swimmer. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. Look up here. Kelp swam toward land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking for the very first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. And there he is, trying to walk. Oof! It wasn't easy. There he goes, trying to leap like a frog. It didn't work either. Ow! And there he is, just trying to walk like a turtle. Eventually, he got the hang of it. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him, but as he stumbled out of the forest, land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns, and by the looks of it, so are you. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow! They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. It says unicone. Oh, look, it's a cone. Ha ha ha. Okay, and they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly. So he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. Come back soon! Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. Welcome home, Kelp! Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out I'm not a narwhal. Of course you aren't. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. They took it quite well. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns? Or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide, but then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. And there's a picture of a rhino saying, I'm a unicorn. And Kelp says, the end. So I really like that book because it's another one that teaches about being inclusive and that no matter your differences, you can always be a part of whatever group you want to be a part of, and it's always better and more fun to play together. So I'm so proud of all the hard work you've done this week. I hope you keep it up, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye.